Hey guys, it's Morgan coming back to you with another video on the YZ250 build. Finally, I am super sorry for taking so long. Part of it is that I've been super busy with work and life and all the things. The other part though is I was waiting for some parts to get back. We sent the cylinder out to get it replated and fixed. I'll show you that here in a second. Because you already know what we're doing. We're installing the HITLIS system into the cylinder. But I'm still waiting on the crank because this is the old crank that is junk so we're waiting on that. Guys, if you don't know, quick update on the cases. They were broken right there. I got brand new, I got newer cases. I got good, solid cases from Phil Sheridan. Massive thank you to Phil. I paid for them, but he cut me I barely paid for them. So massive thank you, Phil. I really, really appreciate that. But guys, that is the stack of parts that is getting ready to go onto that beautiful frame. We got the frame back from Vapor Blasting. Red Rock's Vapor Blaster did an amazing job. That thing looks so good. It looks almost better than new. Really happy with that. Yeah, guys, we are gaining on this thing. We got lots of parts here, more parts coming. So the video should start ramping up. I've got all the suspension parts and specs for it, so I'll be filming that very soon. I'm gonna be revalving front and rear for enduro off-road stuff, like hair scrambly, desert racy, like faster off-road stuff, and setting up for my kid's weight. He's probably, kid's tiny, 150 pounds, something like that. So yeah, we're going lightweight on all that. But yeah, so I'm excited, guys. Anyway, let's install this HITLIS system. Hey guys, let me jump in here real fast. I want to apologize right now for some of the image quality that is coming up. I was using the Ace Pro, which doesn't autofocus like this one, and I got a little bit close. So it's not the super clearest video. I think you can still see everything, but again, I want to apologize right now that it is not quite as crystal clear as I tried to make it. But anyway, still a good video. All right, guys, as you know, I am really, really excited about the HITLIS thing. One of the things about YZs is that they are very much a motocross bike. The motor is actually a lot more manageable than like a lot of old motocross two-stroke 250s, but it could be better. So we got the HITLIS setup for the power valve, and I completely got this thing fixed, repaired, and I'm so excited about this thing. The cylinder is brand new now. One of the things that was jacked up was this hole for where the shaft slides through that actuates the power valve was messed up. It's a very common thing actually on your YZ250s. And fortunately, Millennium Technologies has a fix for it. They have an insert basically. They bore that hole out, they put a steel insert in there, they leave the recess so you can put the seal in and everything. So super excited about that. As you can see, pulling her here in the light, it looks beautiful. Cannot wait to ride this thing. But we have a whole bunch of parts to install. We've got our, there's some power valve parts. Got a bunch of other power valve parts though, all vapor blasted by our buddy here in town who has a small vapor blasting cabinet. So he got those all done for us. And then these are just some of the internal parts. And yeah, this is exciting, guys. I'm super excited. And I'm also going to be installing the governor stuff. So we're going to be pulling the governor out of this cover and installing that part too. So let's get after it. And massive thank you to OmniWall again, guys. I cannot say enough about this. This thing is so nice and sturdy. It holds everything I need it to hold. Yeah, it's been such a blessing for this shop to have this, and new lights. I think I showed that in, I don't know if I showed another video or not, but anyway, these lights are, they sell them, you can turn them off, 3 different settings for brightness. They're rechargeable and they're magnetic, so you stick them up there. I think they run for some ungodly number of days on full bright. It's something crazy. So yeah, that is making this whole setup so much better. All right, guys, we got the cylinder all replated and ready to go. We got power valve parts all vapor blasted and happy. It's like working on a brand new machine, which is just glorious. Now, I will put a link in the description for Productive Power's YouTube video or YouTube channel. That's actually Productive Power builds the HITLIS system. That's the company who does it. Anyway, yeah, there we go. HITLIS by Productive Power. I will send a link there because they have a great video, maybe better than mine actually installing it, but I figure you guys want to see it too. So I think this thing, they have like literally everything in here. Yeah, they even put a new linkage lockup tool for putting it in there. But they also have a great video of doing this on the bike. Obviously, you got to take a lot of things out of the way, but you can do this on the motorcycle with this still bolted down and the head still on it. This is obviously going to be quite a bit easier. Guys, I'm going to be using this WD-40 dry lube with PTFE for most of this stuff to get it lubed up for install. I will also be using some other lube that I like here eventually, but let's get that in there. Actually, spray some of this in there. Guys, you need to know that all of this gets lubed with two-stroke oil once we're, you know, all done with it here. Using red stuck nuts on these bolts, guys, because we do not want these coming out. One thing, guys, I love about Millennium is they do a very good job of getting all the media, whatever they, you know, vapor blast this thing with. They do a very good job of getting all the media back out of the hole, so you don't really have to worry about blowing them out. Sometimes I've had other companies where you do that and you gotta blow through every one of these holes with high pressure just to make sure you don't have stuff in there and then it'll come out. So, all right, that moves nicely. These move nicely in and out. Guys, I'm gonna show you one of the big differences here. In the HITLIS are really, now there's a couple big differences between the way the HITLIS works and the way the stock one does. But here's, honestly, here's the biggest difference. See, so this is the stock, and you see that groove, the super like aggressive curve on it, and then this is way less. So that is a big difference. So when this one opens, it goes, if you watch this, oh well, I'll show you too when it's all simple, but this thing comes out to a point, and then when it comes all the way out, these move out. And with this shaped groove, it's like it goes and then slams them open all at once. With this shaped groove, it's a nice progression, nice and easy. So way smoother power delivery, much better thing. And that's opening up these side ports. Need to get a new seal for that here real fast. You guys, our Tusk gasket kit for the top end comes with those seals. Boom, right there. So far, super happy with the Tusk gaskets. We're gonna check them. So I mean, don't go buy them yet because I don't know if they're gonna stay together and be any good. But there we go, new seal there. All right, guys, I gotta step back. These shouldered Allen screws are actually for right up in here. That is super cool of these guys. So now and since it's been so long, they're actually shouldered Allen bolts that came with this. So we're gonna, they were already, that's actually part of the stock thing. I just had them over here in a pile, thinking they went somewhere else. All right, now we're ready. All right, guys, so now we're taking this valve shaft, the actuator shaft, coming in just a little bit. So we take the red painted actuator. I'm going to put the red towards the side. Then we come in like that. We take one of our long springs. These are the stock ones. They're kind of a little bit jacked up, but they'll be just fine once they get onto the shaft. All right, then there's this washer. Goes on. Red actuator goes on first. Spring goes next. Then the washer is right there. And there we go. Then we take our red spring, and you can see it's got two tag ends, or I don't know, two ends. This end, this bent end goes inboard, and that goes against the cylinder. Then we've got our new closing fork. Comes in like that. Then we have the other torsion spring. It's not painted. And again, the bent one goes inboard and outside. We take our other washer, go on. Spring. Took our other actuator, we're going to put with this flat side inboard. Alright guys, I got the pulley on here. I want to talk something. This piece, this is the closing fork. It actually had, when I was fiddling with it, it had rotated down and was flat. That does not work. If it gets like that, you can't get this shaft to line up all the way. So make sure that that stays up like that, okay? Now, we're going to engage these pulleys, and we're going to rotate this. I don't know if you can see that, but the holes just they're lined up. New Allens. There's two shorter ones and a longer one. The shorter ones go in these pulleys out here. Same red stuck nuts. Now, he wants us. We're going to go in, and we're going to snug them up, and then we're going to back it off like 1/8 of a turn. And my guess is those holes are oval. Probably has to do with getting them timed right. All right, guys. So now you want to move this. You want to be able to move this thing through its range of motion nice and smooth. You just want to make sure it's all smooth and happy and moving like it should, which it is. That's good. Now we want to put it to the closed position. There we go. And then we want to make sure that these are all the way pushed out, which is closing those all the way up. So, like that. Then we snug these screws down. And again, you just want little moves here. Make sure. There we go. It's moving just like it should. You don't want to. Don't go till it starts to open it. But you want to. There we go. And then we tighten these down. So I grabbed this with a pair of pliers, and we're just going to make sure that that moves through its whole range of motion nice and smooth, and it does. Crazy smooth. And you'll see it's not even going to open those side ports as much as the other ones did. The other ones open those side ports quite a bit more. So my guess is, guys, and this is not coming from him or anybody, is that it's probably not going to have quite as much over rev Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's going to be different. The thing is going to be way different. The way this bike is going to run very, very differently. And I'm excited because I think it's going to be really good. We have to hook up the torsion springs onto the main valve, the blade valve. So we're going to come pull it out, come in here with this pick. We're going to scoot it. Let's see. There we go, around behind it. This one should be easier since that's already holding it. There we go. Confirm that by just pushing like that, it should be good. All right, now we're gonna take our longer of the screws. Again, a little bit of red stuck nuts. And he does not call for thread locker, but man, I like it, so. You just want to line these holes up. Just be careful when you're putting this in, because it's not going to be this close. Just don't cross thread it, guys. There we go. Now, this is where we're going to have to use pliers. There we go. And then, so it's going to be closed like that. You want to push on this and make sure that there's no movement. They're good. They're all the way closed. And then as we open, that blade comes out. And the timing is now very different on these for opening. That is cool. It's definitely different than on these stock. God, these are so different. Like, that is absolutely nuts. How different that looks. That is honestly crazy. The close is obviously the same, but let me see if I can open that. You can see open. It's way less open, way less open, and a way more gentle curve. So this thing is going to be cool because it's going to be so different than it was. All right, guys, now that part is all finished. I'm going to go ahead and put our shiny cover, thanks to Michael Schwartz, who polished that up, also vapor blasting it. Put our gasket on here, put this on, and then we're going to go get the power valve governor and do what we do to that to set it up for the HITLIS system. All right, guys, now we are working on the governor. We got to take this thing apart. It's something that most people never do, unless you got a 250X and you want to make it run better. What we got to do is we got to take this thing and we're going to push in like that, and there's a little dowel. We're going to push that out. Sorry, I don't have a camera set up to film that exactly. So something small. I got a drill bit here. You can use an Allen, whatever. There we go. I set it all down here on our AR-15 disassembly area. I like to set things down in the order that they came out, like it left to right, right to left, doesn't matter. Just the way you remember it. So that goes first. We're gonna take our weight and ramp thing there. Then we're gonna take this piece off, which is separate from here. This is all the bearing, and you'll see when we get in there in just a second. Spring, shaft, and that. Now, we got all new stuff to put in there. All right, now we are going to disassemble this piece. Again, we're just gonna do it one at a time. Now we're gonna come back this way. So we go, this is all one piece, that is, there we go. So there, washer, there's a, oh God. There's a bearing. I did not think that that would come apart. Fortunately, we're over this mat, so we're gonna be okay, but that I did not see happening. So we might need a new bearing, actually. For the sake of getting a video to you guys, we're gonna go ahead and do it. So that's all right. Gonna put a little bit of grease hold all this together for now. Just make sure this all stays happy and greased up so those don't come out again, but definitely gonna get new bearings. So now we got a collar, then we got another set of bearings, or bearing and set of spacers. All right guys, there we go, got it all laid out. All right guys, so gonna clean everything, make sure it's nice and happy and shiny. And what we're gonna do is we're going to get rid of these washers, these Yamaha washers. So I'm leaving them underneath that bearing again. Get new bearings, but let's just pretend that we have new bearings. And I think this should stay. There we go. We're gonna get rid of these. All right, so we take this and we're gonna take a 0.8 millimeter washer. So we'll put that on, then the bearing, your new bearing. All right, so we take this and we're gonna take a 0.8 millimeter washer. So we'll put that on, then the bearing, your new bearing. All right, so we take this and we're gonna take a 0.8 millimeter washer. So we'll put that on, then the bearing, your new bearing, then a 1.1. Then this little collar guy goes on. Then we take another 1.1. See, that collar is creating that gap, and that gap is for the little part of the actuator that goes in there. So there. Then the other bearing. Again, recommend new ones. Then this spring collar, which is what this is, goes right on the bearing. You don't put another shim on that. There we go. Make sure everything moves smoothly. It does. Again, we'll take this back. I'm going to take this back apart. I got lots of time until the crank gets back here, so we're all good. All right, now guys, we are adding the preload shims to this for the spring, because we are setting this up for woods. They want us to start with 0.9 millimeters. So these are 0.3s. I'm guessing there's 3 of them. So yeah, we're going to put all 3. So that is 0.9. Then we're going to take our spring, put that there. All right, guys, time to put it all back together. I'm going to take our shaft. We're going to put it down through like that. This goes up towards that part right there. Go through here. Lift that up. Go down there. Now we're going to come back over here to the edge of the bench. We're going to look and see which way those holes are. There we go. I have found, after struggling with this for a bit, that getting a pair of needle nose for this helps. We're going to push. There we go. Whew, there we go. Got her in. Now it's ready to go. All right, there we go, guys. We got the HITLIS system all installed in the top end. Now, again, this piece goes back into there. We will show you that assembly when we actually put the motor back together. I'm just gonna set it there for now. That was super easy. Like I said, you can do that thing all on the bike. Motor in the bike, no problem. Top end on the bike, can all be done. A couple things I just want to remind you about that I learned as we were going. One, the fork, the closing fork, make sure that that thing doesn't fall all the way down like this as you're installing. Make sure you go ahead and buy the bearings for the governor, because those flat bearings, just buy them before you even do it. Just buy those when you buy the HITLIS system. I highly recommend it, unless your bike's brand new. But maybe even then too, because they're cheap. It doesn't matter. So definitely buy those things. And honestly, the rest of it is super easy. I'm excited, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and then just watch for these videos. The YZ videos are going to be coming in way more regularly now. I'm really excited about it. We got everything all ready to get rock and roll. The last thing I'm waiting on is the crank and some transmission bearings. I forgot to order tranny bearings when I ordered all this other stuff. So, but those are on the way. The crank will be on its way back very soon. I actually just talked to Crankworks and they're getting that balance. It's in line. It might be done by now. So maybe you see it this week. Yeah, super excited about this build, guys. Tell your friends, share these videos, get people on board. I want to grow this channel into something big, like really, really big. Partially, one, I want to make some money because that'd be cool. But with that money, I want to do even cooler stuff for you guys. So anyway, I love you. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that good YouTube-y stuff. Tell your friends. I know I keep saying that. Use the links in the description. If you need anything from Rocky Mountain ATV, use our link. Please shop local first, though. Your dollars spent locally in your community make a way bigger or mean a lot more to me than dollars coming to me through Rocky Mountain. They really do. I promise, it really does. So anyway, I love you guys. We will see you on the next one. Yeah!